Hey everybody, ScottyB here on a beautiful Sunday afternoon, a beautiful fall Sunday afternoon. I'm taking you for a little drive with me as I'm having a nice little drive here. This is going to be a three-part video, and there's going to be 3 points that I'm talking about. One is talking about this time of the year as we near the end of the year with the holidays coming up. And then I'm also going to talk a little bit about change. I'm going to talk a little bit about change and the dynamics of change. And then also I'm going to talk a little bit about top 1%. A lot of times on Sundays or sometimes just when I need to get out and really kind of clear my mind and do some thinking, I take nice little drives through different areas that are in real near to where I live. And this is one of the areas that I like to take a drive in. There's actually a piece of property up here that I'm going to be looking at, have been looking at for quite some time and considering the potential to possibly build a home. You never know. I mean, there's so many different things that are going on and so many great things that are going on in life. But you just never know. So I just want to kind of show you around while we're doing this. I'm going to take you with me. The first thing I want to talk about, the very first thing I want to talk about is this time of the year. Now, I know it's middle of November, and this is definitely a little bit more of a warm day than we would normally see. A little bit warmer than we would normally see at this time of the year where I live. I live in Louisville, Kentucky. But this time of the year, you know, we're coming up on Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is literally only a week away, even less than a week away, just a few days away. Thanksgiving's coming up. And then after that, we've got Christmas for a lot of us, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, many different holidays are celebrated by many different people at this time of the year, but it is the holiday time. And the thing that I think you really have to ask yourself, it's really very important to ask yourself, is truly where you want to be in your business. And also where you want to be in your life. You know, it's not just your business, but it's also in your life. What do you want to have happen for you in your life, and how does the business play into that? By the way, this is the piece of property that's open that I'm looking at. I'm going to get out and walk and show it to you while I'm talking to you. So, anyways, that's the first thing, because based on where you truly want to be will determine what you truly will do during this time of the year. I can tell you this, you know, we teach something, many of you know, that's called top 1%. And we teach that for a reason. We teach top 1% for a reason because that's something that we always shoot for. It's something I've always shot for, and people who work with me, the ones that are truly focused and truly committed, it's what they shoot for as well. And it's something you have to ask yourself if it's something you want to shoot for as well. See, I'm out here on a beautiful day walking with you. Now, here's the thing. Top 1% is something a lot of people say they want, but then their actions don't really validate that. What do I mean by that? Well, they say they want to be top 1%. They really say they want to earn top 1% income. They say they want to live a top 1% lifestyle. But then what happens is they don't do the activity. So let's talk about this time of the year right now. This time of the year, the holiday time, which is very similar, by the way, to the summertime. Literally, you can go from Thanksgiving. Most people say it's to January 1st, but it's not really even to January 1st. It's really to Super Bowl here in the United States. Now, in other countries, based on holidays, how you celebrate, things that are going on, it could be a little bit different. But here, specifically in the United States, you look from Thanksgiving, which is the third week normally of November, all the way through Super Bowl. And Super Bowl normally is around the last week of January. So it's about a 2-month period. And then again, you have the summertime, which is from Memorial Day to Labor Day. So that's kind of some of the things you're looking at. By the way, I'm just showing you here. This is the piece of land I'm looking at. This is the Ohio River. I'm in Kentucky, right across the river. That's an island right there. On the other side or down there, you can see that's Indiana. There's a nice marina right here. Almost bought that house right there on the point. I was very, very close to buying it. It just had a couple things about it that I wasn't too sure about. Anyways, back to the main point. Bottom line is this, guys. This time of the year, let's put it this way. Until you're at a point where you've got the monthly income that you want to have, at least for 4 to 6 months solid, then you're not where you need to be. So what that means is during these times that I'll call the off season, it's kind of like in sports, you got the season, then you got the off season. So during these times that you have the off season, well, guess what you need to be doing? During the times of the off season, you need to be bumping it up a notch. Now, a lot of people say, well, Scott, you know, it's the holidays or it's summertime. And yeah, that's normal thinking. And my question is, do you want to live a normal life? Normal life is not top 1%. Normal life is not having income that enables you to do literally anything you want at any time. Normal doesn't give you the ability to take care of family members when they're in need financially, no matter what the cost. Normal doesn't give you the ability to vacation anywhere you want without having to look and see how much the plane tickets cost or the hotel room cost. Normal doesn't allow you to go and order anything you want off the menu without caring how much it costs. It's just because you want it. Normal doesn't allow you to go out and help build hospitals or help build schools or go on mission trips and donate tons of money along with your time. That's not what normal does. So my question again, and I said at the very beginning, do you truly want to be at the top of your game? Do you truly want to be top 1%? And even if you say, Scott, I don't want to be top 1%, I want to be top 10%, top 20%. If you say you want to be at least in the top 20%, then here's my suggestion. Again, until you get to the point where you have at least 4 to 6 months of income at the level that you're looking to have, then the off seasons, the holidays and the summer, the off seasons, or whatever country you live in, whatever part of the world you live in, you'll have your season and your off seasons too. Everybody does. What you have to look at is you have to look at how you can increase your personal productivity. See, a lot of people try to get their teams to do more, but that's the wrong thing. That's not top 1%. That's not leadership. You have to lead by example. So what that means is during the off seasons, during the times of the holidays, these are times where you bump up your personal activity. See, here's the thing. During the holidays, you normally see more people than you normally see at any other time of the year. You run into people. For most people, they're in a good mood. For most people, it's a happy time of the year. There usually tend to be more social events. There tend to be more parties, more family gatherings. There just tends to be a lot more opportunity to run into people, to see people that maybe you haven't seen in a while. And so normally the conversation goes, hey, how you doing? Great, how you doing? Awesome. What have you been up to? What's been going on? Well, as people are talking about what's been going on, guess what happens? Normally, it gives you an opportunity. Now, here's my suggestion. The 99%ers, what they do is they'll wait for somebody else to ask them how things are going, what's going on. Top 1%ers, they always start the conversation. When they see people, they're first to put their hand out and say, hey, how you doing? How's everything going? What are you up to? Tell me what's going on in your life. Not like you're interrogating them, but just talking with them with sincere interest in what they're up to and what's happening in their life. By the way, you can look up there, you can kind of see that's where the home will be, right up there. Beautiful place, huh? Anyways, looks like they're terracing in and putting a pool back in the back there. Anyways, this off-season, guys, you've got to bump it up. And you've got to lead by example. So if you're not leading by example, if you're not doing it, then, well, you can't expect your team to. And that's where one of the biggest faults that I see happening a lot is you see that people that will come in and they'll tell their teams, hey, y'all need to do more, you need to do more. But then they're not doing more as a leader. And that's the problem, guys. It all starts with you. You got to look in the mirror. You got to say it starts with me. If I'm not bumping up my activity, guess what? They're not. I can tell you, my first time I had true success in this industry, was a time when, back in the mid-1990s, where I finally made a decision. I made a decision that I'm going to make it happen. And when I made that decision, guess what I did? I took off. I literally took off and exploded with activity. Now, I'm going to end right here on this one because we're going to come back to part 2 to make sure these videos can upload. So hang tight.